YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. It's Westwood TV, Channel U. You know, we're hot to death out there. We're crazy with this TV jump off. We bring you the biggest artists in the world. The greatest lyricist is with me right now. Naz, what's up, man?
Tim.
Welcome to Westwood TV, Channel U, dog.
Good to be here.
Yeah, man. Now, we go crazy back, dog, because we met even before your first album, man. We met, what was it, in that Jamaican spot up in Manhattan with Sincere?
Yeah.
We went out for a meal.
Yeah.
I mean, how old was you then, man?
Maybe 17.
17, man. So you was this crazy young dude just about to get in the game.
Yeah.
You had that look in your eye, dog. You had that certain look, that hunger.
Yeah.
Like that fiend, that sort of, it was like a look that you see in a addict, but it wasn't for it was for those lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
It's been good though.
Yeah.
It's been a good time.
I mean, it's been an incredible journey for you, man. You came in the industry in 94, it's now 2004. How have you changed? How have you become a man growing up in the spotlight?
It's been like, really like fighting against all the things that's against you, you know. When you realize that this is an art form that's people been trying to hold it back for so many years. So I've seen it from when people didn't believe in it to now where, you know, everybody's in it because, you know, this is where it's at, you know. We tried to tell them years ago, like, this is the future. So I'm just one of the guys sitting back laughing like, I told you so.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, yeah, you knew it was going to be what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest form of music in the world. Music which is a lifestyle and a culture.
Yeah.
And cats just saw it as like a gimmick.
Saw it as something that, you know, stays in the parks and never grows, you know, but it's here.
Yeah, worldwide, multicultural, multiracial.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
And you've been at the forefront of that. How have you changed as a man from what you were when we first met when you were 17 all those years ago to how you are today? How do you feel different? How's your worldview changed?
I mean, I'm basically the same dude. I've been around the world more. I learned a lot more, but there's not a lot has changed from, you know, the guy that was the 17-year-old kid you met, you know, as far as, you know, our maturity. I've been there, you know, knowing what I had to do and focused on what, you know, what I could leave behind when I'm done. You know, that was all in my head back then. So what's really changed for me is, you know, a child and just seeing the world more and seeing the world more for what it is and just realizing how we can, you know, get into this game and do real things.
Now, you're a man who's always had integrity. You've always talked about hip-hop as an art form, as a culture. I mean, what's your take on the current state of hip-hop, how you see it now?
I mean, hip-hop is real fly. It's one thing about it, it's still fly, it's still gorgeous, it's still sexy, and it's still hard. You know what I'm saying? But out of all the generations of the game, of course this version of the game that we're seeing now ain't as great as the 90s to me. This is my opinion. It ain't as great as the 90s, it ain't as great as the 80s or 70s. So I think this might be the worst as far as creativity, originality, and music on a music creative level out of all the decades, but it's still strong with the artists that's around today. It's real still strong artists, and there are some good MCs that is around today that's keeping it alive, so hip-hop won't die.
It's the way it goes down. It's Westwood TV, Channel U. Let's go to a Hot Naz video. Holla. It's Westwood TV, Channel U. Got the greatest lyricist of all time, a man Naz up in the spot. Naz, the one thing which I think really came out of your beef with Jay-Z was how politicized the industry is. That was the start of when it was just revealed the politics which go behind the New York record industry, goes behind New York radio stations. And that's when it started to be revealed, then it got further revealed in the beef with Jar and 50. What's your take on the politics, and what is that doing to hip-hop, and how has you as an individual who've been through those politics survived and, you know, come through it?
Well, one thing's for sure is there's politics in every industry, but in an industry that's hip-hop, then the hip-hop, the ones who do hip-hop, the ones who live and breathe it should be in control of those politics. And I felt at some point there was no control in the hands of the people who were making the music, the kids who were on the corners dying, kids that were out there bleeding their hearts out on wax about their life was having no power. So of course I'm gonna say something about that because there's nobody that's gonna stop me from having that power. Things got crazy. I think my point of views were expressed, but it started to lean toward some more negative things. Of course I got wild with it, and since then I've reconciled, with all the people that I was wilding with, and it's all cool now. But at that point it was just a move in hip-hop that I was making people aware, even the people that I was talking about, just aware that if we are a family, let's keep it tight together. If we are a community, then let's act like one. I think everything had blown up too big, so people would get lost in that. Yeah.
Was there a lot of emotion there for you at that time?
Oh, plenty. It was basically me against the world.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah.
And that's how it was, dog. I thought the original beef ignited a fire within you, and then when the politics came in, man, it was just you as a lone soldier.
Yeah, that's how it is, but that's how it's always gonna be for anybody that's out there fighting for what they believe in and turning the eyebrows up on people that thought that you were one way, but then when they see that you ain't playing, it's always gonna be just you, but then you make a mark and then you find that people do agree with you and relate to you, not just that situation, but anything in life that you do,
Now, you've been crazy outspoken in your time. You've definitely gone against the current trend, and you've said things from the heart, and you've said things which have to be said. How have you managed to tidy all of that up, dog? Because there was a time when you weren't getting played on New York radio. There was times when, you was just out there on your own, man. I mean, that must have been lonely as well as a lot of pressure.
Actually, I felt good, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt like somebody had to be that example, because too many people have their mouths closed about what they want out of life. A closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? So I felt really good, and I felt like the only one who was free.
Yeah.
And I was the only MC that was free, especially in New York. Until now, brothers is understanding, stand up for yours and do you know what I'm saying? And I think I opened a lot of light, even though there was some people I said some things about that, I really don't want that to be out there like that, like me dogging people out right now. Like I've said, I reconciled with everyone, but, at the end of the day, I felt my opinions was right. So I think through it all, if I've inspired I think my damage is done. I've inspired another generation that's gonna be outspoken and stand up for whatever it is.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.